Hello friends, how are you? I hope that you're all doing very well. I have here a reading for the month of June to 2022. Today is June the 1st when I'm recording this video, and I have the cards here already because I have just recorded the video in Spanish. So I'm going to tell you now in English what I found out here. So for those of you who are new, I take a look at a little bit of everything, like the money, like the job market, housing, stock exchange, relationships with other countries, immigration, COVID, etc. So I take a look at a little bit of everything. So let's begin with the first card. And this card symbolizes how other countries see the United States from abroad. And we have the Six of Cups reversed. So the Six of Cups, as you can see, there are two kids here. So it's a card that takes us to the past. So it's talking about good things, good thoughts, good memories from the past, good feelings because it's cups, but it's reversed. So it's not good feelings. So coming from the past. So what this means is that other countries are looking at the United States as a country that is dealing with bad emotions and bad things, bad baggage coming from the past. And it's fighting with those things, with those emotions. In the next card, we have the money of regular people, of the regular citizen. And we have the Queen of Swords. Queens are thoughts. She's planning. This one is planning things related to ideas or to policies. But kings act. Queens plan. So this is not action. So I took another card as a clarification from this tarot that is the Etteila deck. By the way, this is the one that I'm using is the Universal Waite. And for clarifications, I'm using this one that is the Etteila, which is a deck from 1700s. Okay, from the 1700s. So I have two queens here. Remember, queens plan. So it means that the regular citizen is going to have to organize his finances, to look at his at their finances very well, because otherwise things may not go very well. So you have to control your finances. That means that the economy is going to be a little bit unstable because you have to control them very well. You have to think about them. You have to control them. Now, the good news is that you're going to be able to do it, so that the amount of money that you're going to be able to earn as an average citizen like me is going to be enough. Okay, so that organizing your finances, you will be able to do well. But this is not a card of, oh, I have too much money. It's a card of, well, I'm not doing bad, but I still have to control what I spend because things are not going great. Okay. Now the next card has to do with communications, and whether it's media or it's transportation, it can be both things. And we have the Star, which is a major arcana of destiny. Now I wanted a clarification, and I got this card that is kind of the same thing. So it didn't clarify anything. And another card that says protection. Okay. So what I think that it means is that things are going to continue kind of the same thing with the same type of news that we always watch, which are very negative for the most part, and they're always trying to fight against someone else and to convince you that the other part of the population is evil. So people are going to be with protection, they're going to be separating themselves from the news. They're trying to take a break about news because people are beginning to realize that media have some type of interest in making us fight against each other and convince us that the other ones are evil and that only those that think like us, or rather like the particular media that we watch, are the good ones and the other ones are evil. And there's a lot of manipulation in the media. So people are going to try to take a little bit of distance, which I think that is positive, okay? Because we all need to know what's going on, but sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's too much, okay? So maybe take a little bit of distance from the news. Every once in a while, take a look at them, but don't get obsessed with them because filter what they tell you, okay? The next one has to do with the housing market. And we have the Four of Swords upright. This is a card of no movement. See that this guy is resting or dead. This is either a tomb, or the guy is just resting. So the housing market is beginning to stop, to not move. And this is dangerous because we know that it's been advancing a lot, not because people have been buying houses, but because big companies, investing companies, have been buying a lot of houses in neighborhoods, increasing artificially the price of houses and making regular people that lived in that neighborhood be unable to buy a house. Okay. So that's not good because it reflects an increase in prices that does not reflect the money of the neighborhood, of the people that live in the neighborhood, of the neighbors. Okay. So that may lead us again to what happened in 2008. And we're seeing here in this month that the market is not moving. It's stuck. Okay. This card that is the Two of Cups is telling us things in this position about education, public education. And we have agreements. See, this card is a card of agreements. These two people are working, and out of their work, there is fruits, there are ideas coming out of them, out of their interaction. But when it's reversed, either no ideas come out, or rather they go down, like they go to hell. Instead of going up to the sky, to the heavens, they go down to hell. So there are bad things that have to do with education. We've been hearing government trying to intervene in education, trying to censor books, taking math books in Florida and censoring them, hundreds of books about math, like if we were in the Middle Ages, burning books. So that's where we are right now. There are no advancements, and the things that come out of these politicians is negative. Okay. The following card has to do with work, with the job market. Okay, with the job market, this is your money, and this is whether you have a job or not. Ideally, we would have money without working, but for most of us, we have to work. Unfortunately, we have the sun. The sun is a very good card. It's also a card that symbolizes the summer. The summer starts this month in around the 20th or the 21st of this month, and we have the sun, which is power, it's energy, it's new things coming up. So I think that there's going to be an increase in the job market. So more jobs are going to be coming up, and it's going to be easier for people who's never worked, and for younger people or people who are just graduating to get a job. Okay, so it's a good moment for that. The summer, when the summer comes. Now this card is relationships with other countries, and we have the Strength reversed. This one is what foreign countries see in the United States, like what are they perceiving that is going on in the United States? And these are relationships with other countries. And with the Strength reversed, there is no strength. I mean, the relationships are a little bit unstable, and they are not progressing very well. I've been getting these cards for a while, starting with Trump, because the types of policies that he did made other people, other countries, basically every other country, not trust the United States. They stopped the commitments that they had agreed in the past, that they had agreed to in the past. They broke many agreements just unilaterally, and that's always bad. So people don't trust the United States because of things that are coming from the past. Okay. It's going to be hard for the United States to regain trust again, and there is no trust yet. The following card has to do with the stock exchange, with the exchange market. Okay, so the big companies buying and selling stuff. Okay, at the stock exchange, we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen's plan. The kings put into action the plans that the Queen has planned. Okay, this one is planning. She's planning things that have to do with work. So I think that they are getting good data related to the job market, and they are planning to. They are not going to take action very fast, which in this situation may be not very good. They're planning, looking at the future with caution, because this is a kind of planning rather than action, to see what happens and to try to adapt to whatever it is that is coming. So it's a card of stability. things are going to be stable, but there are not going to be huge advances either. There is not going to be things are not going to go bad, but they are not going to go great either, because this is not a card of action. It's more of stability, of thinking and planning. So it's going to be a good month, at least stable month for the stock exchange. The following card has to do with immigration and with relationships with other countries, not like this one, but with market, like money. Money going on from one country to another one. And we have the 7 of Wands. We know that there has been problems with certain commodities, that it's been hard to get them. We know what happened with the COVID thing that made certain items be scarce. And now with the Ukraine war, the same thing. So there are going to be some advancements, but this guy is fighting because he's in a higher position. So even if he has a lot of opposition, he has the ability to defeat this opposition through fights. So there are going to be some advancements and defeat of some of these problems that we've been having, like for example with the formula, with baby formula and things like that, and gas. So there is going to be advancement in this area, not defeat. So it's not that we're going to win and suddenly all the problems are going to disappear. No, but there's going to be slight advancements. Okay, so things are going to be slightly better. So with effort, we will be able to defeat some of the obstacles. The next card is the government, and it's the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is a card in which this guy is trying to decide what to do. He has so many possibilities, 7 cups with many options, but he's stuck there. He doesn't know what to do. And that's what the government is doing right now. Stuck. They're stuck. They don't know what to do. I guess that there are different groups within government, and some of them are pulling in one direction and others are pulling in a different direction, and nothing is accomplished because they cannot make a decision. So it's stuck. The following card has to do with social services, and we have the High Priestess reversed. The High Priestess also symbolizes the moon. The moon is a card that has positive and negative meanings, but all together. It means that there is a fight in between different ideas. So it's the same thing that we've seen here. There are no decisions being made because there are different opinions pulling in different directions. Okay, so nothing is going to be achieved when it comes to social services. There's too much opposition. Then this card has to do with problems related to weather and other problems that have to do with nature. Okay, and we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Swords symbolize air, so it means that suddenly we may have storms that bring too much water, and too much water is falling, and we have floods, and then a week later there is no cloud in the skies, no wind, and we have drought, and some of the crops die because of heat, because of a heat wave. Okay, so I think that there is going to be a lot of instability in the weather, and that suddenly we can have hurricanes, like strong winds with floods, and then 1 week later we have clear skies and temperatures are too high for the time for June. Okay, and in some places in the country you may have a drought, and in the other side of the United States you have hurricanes or tornadoes or flooding. Okay, so it's very unstable, and even in the same place, 1 week it may be one weather, and the other week, the following week, it may be the opposite thing. Okay, when it comes to the COVID thing, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and the queens, as I said before, they are planning. This queen is planning things that have to do with material things, with money, because it's a Queen of Pentacles, of coins. But she's reversed, so her plans are not good. She's not planning properly. Or what she's planning is not to help, but it's just to keep the money or to do mafia things. So it may be the case that this month the data that we get about COVID is worse. It's going to be slightly worse because the material things are not going to be done properly. Like the means that the governments from every state could use to improve the situation, they're not going to be using their means whatever it is that they can do, they're not going to be doing it properly, okay? And this is like a summary of the whole month, and we have a card of theft reversed. When it's reversed, we discover the theft. It can be theft, it can be someone trying to take advantage of others, because this guy is taking the swords from the encampment, and he's stealing them. But when it's reversed, they discover this guy. So I guess that this has to do with with what happened on January the 6th, with the elections, and the Trump people saying that they stole the elections, which is really ridiculous, because in many places where they lost, like Georgia, the Republicans were the ones that had the government. So it means that they are the ones that organize those elections, because states organize the elections. So if there was corruption, it was by them. So it doesn't make sense, but they're still going on about the same thing. So more things may show, so more news related to this corruption may surface, okay, and will surface. And also people that have been trying to get money or use money from the government, maybe for their own good. Okay, so there are going to be news that have to do with corruption. In the cut, we have another summary of the month, and we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card in which this guy is working and he's achieving things by hard work. But it's reversed, so not much is achieved. And this one is a card of victory here, but it's reversed, so it's no victory. So it means that the economy is going to be a little bit stagnant this month. We've seen that even if the stock exchange is not going to go bad, but it's not going to be good either. It's more like planning and thinking. And people are also, they have to control what they spend. They're spending. So it's not going to be a great month for the money of the country, okay? I don't see anything extremely bad, but it's going to be a little bit of a month in which things don't progress much, okay? Or even they go back a little bit, like they get a little bit worse, okay? I don't think that things are going to get worse. I think that it's just that the economy is stagnant, okay? So this is what I got. If you have comments, leave them below and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. And if you have suggestions, also leave them down and I will try to make your videos as soon as possible. And I've not been posting very in regular schedule because I'm moving from one place to another, so it's been kind of a little bit of a mess. And if you like my videos, thumbs up. If you don't like them, thumbs down. And if you like the videos that I make, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you're all doing very well, that you have money, that you have a job if you need it, and that you don't get COVID. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.